Nana, why do you look like you just survived a battle?
Because I did, Rosie. I was in an elevator this morning with a stranger for 45 whole seconds, and he said something to me and I just froze.
What did he say?
He said, "Can you believe this weather?" And I panicked and said, "Yes, just yes, nothing else." And then we stood there in total silence until the doors opened.
Nana.
He was being so friendly, and I completely shut it down. I saw his face fall. He was trying to connect with me, and I killed it with one word.
Okay, first of all, Nana, you are not alone. This is one of the most universally panicking situations for English learners. The stranger wants to chat, you don't know what to say, and suddenly 45 seconds feels like 45 years.
And that is exactly why today's episode exists. Welcome to the English Nana podcast. I'm Rosy.
And I'm Harry, someone who was also frozen in an elevator, for the record.
And I'm Nana, the guy who just got destroyed by a 45-second elevator ride, in case that wasn't obvious. Wait, really? You? Harry, you froze too?
A man asked me if I was ready for the weekend on a Monday, and I said, "I think so," with the most confused face he'd ever seen.
Today's episode is how to survive small talk with Americans without feeling awkward. We're covering the exact phrases you need for elevators, grocery stores, weather conversations, and casual run-ins with neighbors and colleagues.
These aren't just phrases, these are survival tools. The difference between knowing them and not knowing them is the difference between connecting with someone and accidentally looking like you hate them.
Before we start, tell us in the comments what's your most awkward small talk moment. We want to hear them all. The more painful, the better.
And don't forget to subscribe. New episodes every single day to help you speak more natural, more confident, more comfortable English.
All right, Harry, let's start from the very beginning. What even is small talk, and why do Americans love it so much?
So, small talk is essentially lightweight social conversation, short exchanges about neutral topics that aren't really about the content, they're about the connection. The words almost don't matter. What matters is the signal. I see you, I'm friendly, we're on good terms.
That's such an important point. It's not actually about the weather. When an American says, "Can you believe this weather?" they're not asking for a meteorological analysis. They're saying, "Hello, I acknowledge you exist and I'm a friendly person."
Exactly. And the response isn't supposed to be a detailed weather report either. It's just, return the warmth. I know, right? It's been so unpredictable lately. Done. Connection made. Everyone feels good.
So it's like a handshake, but with words. Nobody actually cares about the weather. You're just exchanging friendship signals.
That is the best way it's ever been described, Nana. Yes, a handshake with words. And just like a real handshake, if you don't return it, the other person feels rejected.
Which is exactly what happened to Nana in the elevator. The man wasn't actually asking about the weather. He was offering a social handshake, and Nana said yes and put his hands behind his back.
I didn't mean to be unfriendly. I just didn't have the words ready.
And that is the whole point of today. Once you have the phrases ready, the words are right there. You don't have to think. You just reach for the right one and use it.
So, what are the universal small talk topics that are always safe with Americans?
The big five: weather, weekend plans, sports, very American, food in restaurants, and current light news like a big local event or a popular show everyone's watching. These are the safe zones.
And equally important, the topics you do not bring up with strangers or casual acquaintances. Politics, religion, how much money someone makes, personal health problems, and relationship status. Those are not small talk. Those are big talk. And big talk with a stranger is a social violation in American culture.
The rule of thumb I always use is, if answering the question honestly could make someone uncomfortable, it's not small talk. Small talk topics should have an easy, positive, non-personal answer for literally anyone.
So how was your weekend is safe because everyone can just say it was great, pretty relaxing, even if their weekend was actually terrible.
Yes, and that's actually a very real thing. Americans will often say great or good to how are you, even when life isn't great. It's not dishonesty, it's social lubrication. You're keeping things moving and keeping things warm.
Which brings us to probably the #1 trap for English learners. How are you? When an American says this in passing, they almost never want a real answer.
What? Then why do they ask?
Because in American culture, how are you is a greeting, not a question. The expected answer is a short, positive response. Good, thanks, how about you? And then you move on. If you actually explain how you're doing, they'll be very surprised and slightly uncomfortable.
Have you ever given a full, honest answer to how are you to someone in passing? Tell us what happened in the comments. We know there are some great stories.
Let's get into the actual phrases now. The 3 situations we're covering: the elevator, the grocery store, and the casual workplace chat. These 3 cover probably 90% of all small talk situations you'll face.
Let's start with the elevator, Nana's nemesis.
Can we maybe start somewhere less traumatic?
The elevator is perfect because it's the most contained, time-limited version of small talk. You only have maybe 30 to 60 seconds before the doors open and everyone escapes, so the exchanges are short, the stakes are low, and the exit is guaranteed.
Exactly. You literally cannot fail at elevator small talk because the end automatically. The doors will save you no matter what.
Oh, that actually makes me feel so much better about it.
The elevator playbook has 3 moves. Move 1, the opener. This is usually weather, something you're both experiencing right now, or a simple friendly comment. Wow, busy day today. Finally Friday, right? Cold out there today?
And what does the other person do with that?
They return it. Agree and add a tiny detail. I know, right? The whole lobby was packed this morning. Right? I cannot wait for the weekend. You're not exchanging information, you're exchanging warmth.
So move 1 is throw a little ball of friendliness, and move 2 is catch it and throw it gently back.
I love Nana's explanations today. Yes, toss the warmth, catch the warmth, toss it back.
Move 3 is the exit line. This is how you end it gracefully when the doors open. Have a good one, enjoy the rest of your day, take care, or just a smile and a nod. These are automatic, universal, warm exits. Learn have a good one especially because it works literally everywhere.
Have a good one is honestly one of the most useful phrases in everyday American English. You can use it at the end of any short interaction. Elevator, coffee shop, grocery store, colleague passing you in the hall.
Have a good one. I'm gonna use this for everything now. It sounds so casual and friendly.
Now let's do the grocery store. This one is a bit longer because you might interact with a few different people, a fellow shopper in the aisle, the cashier, maybe someone waiting in line.
And the grocery store has its own specific phrases, doesn't it?
It does. Fellow shopper in the aisle, if you need to pass someone, excuse me, could I just squeeze past? Or, sorry, just grabbing this, with a smile. These aren't really conversation starters. They're micro interactions. Quick, warm, done.
And if someone makes eye contact and smiles while you're both looking at the same shelf, the natural response is a small comment. These are so good about whatever's in front of you, or I can never decide between these two, and they'll either laugh and agree or give a quick response and move on.
What about the cashier? Because the cashier always says something and I never know what to say back.
The cashier exchange is very predictable. They'll almost always open with one of 3 things. Did you find everything okay today? And you say, I did, thank you. Or, actually, I couldn't find the pasta. Is it moved? How's your day going? You say, pretty good, thanks. Busy in here today, huh? Or, do you have our rewards card? And that's just functional, not really small talk.
And at the end, they'll say, have a great day, or take care, and you say it right back. You too, thanks. Very simple, very warm, very American.
I always just grabbed my bags and walked out before. I didn't know you were supposed to say something back. I probably looked so rude.
Now you know, and now it'll feel natural every time. The checkout goodbye is a small thing that actually matters a lot to the person working there.
Time for Nana's Corner. Nana, I know you've been doing some research on this one. What have you got for us today?
Okay, so I did research and I tried something this week. After the elevator disaster, I decided to practice. I went to a grocery store and I tried to make small talk on purpose.
Wait, you went on a practice mission?
I did. I went in with 3 topics ready: the weather, the long line, and the phrase, have a good one. And I used all 3.
Nana, that is exactly the right approach. Tell us how it went.
Okay, so first, I was in line and the woman in front of me looked at how long the line was and made a face. And I said, right? I picked the wrong day to come in. And she laughed. She actually laughed and said every time. And we talked for like 30 seconds about which days are less busy.
Nana, that was a perfect small talk exchange. You matched her energy, you used a relatable observation, and she returned it immediately.
And then at the end, I said, have a good one to the cashier. And she said, you too, honey. And I almost cried. She called me honey.
That is the most wholesome small talk success story I've ever heard.
Okay, my vocabulary pick today is right, just the word right with a question mark, because it's magic. Rosie, can you explain why?
Ooh, I love this pick. Go for it, Rosie.
Right is one of the most powerful little words in American small talk English. When you say right after a statement, you're inviting the other person to agree with you, validating that your observation is shared, and instantly creating a moment of we're on the same team. It's short, it's friendly, and it can follow almost anything. Can you believe how long this line is, right? The weather's been crazy lately, right? That movie was incredible, right?
It's like a tiny agreement invitation. You throw right at the end, and the other person almost automatically says, I know, or totally, because it feels rude not to agree.
And the companion phrase, I know, right, is the perfect response when someone else throws their observation at you. Can you believe this traffic? I know, right? It's been like this all week.
I know, right? 4 words that will make you sound instantly natural and friendly in any casual conversation. Brilliant pick today, Nana.
I'm getting good at this.
That's our Mana's Corner for today, and what a corner it was.
Now let's talk about the workplace, because this is where small talk has the most long-term impact. With your elevator stranger, a bad small talk moment lasts 30 seconds and then it's over. With a colleague, it follows you.
The workplace small talk approach is slightly different because you have more time, more shared context. You both know the same office, the same projects, the same lunch spots, and the relationship is ongoing.
The classic workplace small talk opener is the Monday morning check-in. How was your weekend? And this is where English learners sometimes overshare. The expected answer is a highlight, not a full report. It was great. I went hiking with some friends. Not a detailed account of everything that happened.
So you pick one good thing and say that?
Exactly. Pick one thing, ideally something positive or at least neutral, share it in one sentence, and then bounce it back. It was great, pretty relaxing. How about yours? The bounce back is essential. It shows you're interested in them, not just waiting for your turn to talk. And there are some phrases that are almost like passwords in American workplace culture. Once you know them, you fit right in. TGIF. Thank God it's Friday, which you say on Fridays when you're happy the week is ending.
TGIF, I know this one. People say it like a celebration.
It is a celebration, and the response is, right? This week was so long. Or, seriously, I needed this weekend. Very simple, very relatable, very connecting.
Then there's how's it going? Different from how are you, in that it's slightly more conversational. The expected answer is still short, but can be slightly more real. Pretty good, busy week though. Or not bad, really ready for lunch, honestly. A tiny bit of honesty is allowed here, as long as it's light.
And can't complain, which is a very American way of saying, things are fine. How are you? Can't complain. It means life isn't perfect, but I'm not going to make this conversation heavy by saying so.
What about when someone says something in small talk and you genuinely don't know how to respond? Like they mention a sports team and you have no idea what they're talking about.
Great question. This happens to everyone. The rescue phrase is, oh yeah, I actually don't follow it that closely. Did something happen? You're admitting you don't know while still showing interest. That keeps the conversation alive, and the other person will happily fill you in because people love talking about things they care about.
That's such a good skill, being genuinely curious even when you don't have the knowledge. Americans really respond to curiosity. Asking, "Oh, really? Tell me more," or "That's cool. What happened?" is always a safe move when you're lost.
So you don't need to know everything, you just need to be curious about everything.
That, Nana, is the secret to small talk and honestly to most of social life. Now let's talk about one more crucial situation, running into someone you slightly know in public, not a close friend, not a stranger, the dreaded acquaintance on the street.
The most dangerous small talk scenario known to humanity.
When you see someone you know a little but not well, Americans usually do what I call the drive-by greeting. You acknowledge each other, exchange a very fast update, and both escape gracefully. "Hey, how have you been?" "Good, really busy lately, you know how it is." "Totally, well, great to see you." "You too, take care." Done in 15 seconds.
The key phrase there is, "you know how it is," which means life is busy and complicated and I don't need to explain it because you get it. It's a shortcut through detail. Americans use it constantly.
You know how it is. That sounds so natural, like you're saying everything without saying anything.
Exactly. And the other key phrase, "it was great to see you," always said warmly, even if you're both secretly relieved the interaction is ending. It's the graceful goodbye that leaves both people feeling good. Time for Nana's common mistakes. Nana, all three in a row, go.
We've got the correction squad ready, Nana.
Okay, mistake one, when someone says, "How are you?" I used to say, "I am fine, thank you, and you?" all in one fast sentence, like a robot. Mistake two, when I wanted to end a conversation, I used to say, "Okay, I go now." And mistake three, when someone said, "Have a great day," I used to say, "Same to you."
Okay, these are perfect because every single one of these is something learners do all the time. Let's go through them.
First, "I am fine, thank you, and you?" The grammar is correct, but it sounds rehearsed and slightly robotic because there are no contractions and no natural pause. The natural version is, "Pretty good, thanks. How about you?" Or even just, "Good, thanks, you?" Short, warm, with rising intonation on you.
Second, okay, I go now. This is a direct translation issue. In English, you need a signaling phrase before you leave, not just a statement that you're leaving. Natural exit lines are, "Well, I should get going," or "Anyway, it was great seeing you," or "I'll let you go." That last one is brilliant because you're acting like you're doing them a favor by ending the conversation.
I'll let you go. You're pretending it's for them, but really it's for you. That's so clever.
And third, "same to you." This is a classic trap. "Same to you" works after some phrases but sounds strange after "have a great day." The natural response is "you too" or "thanks, you as well." Short and warm. "Same to you" sounds slightly formal and stilted in this context.
Try all three correct versions right now. Pretty good, thanks. How about you? Well, I should get going. You too, thanks.
Beautiful. Nana, these are mistakes that even advanced English speakers make because they're about naturalness, not grammar. Now our listeners know exactly what to say.
Practice makes progress, not perfection.
Okay, time for the role play. And today's role play is extended because we're doing all three scenarios: the elevator, the grocery store checkout, and the workplace Monday morning.
This is my favorite section today. Let's do this properly.
This is like a final exam, but fun.
Role play 1, the elevator. Harry, you're the friendly American stranger. Nana, you're getting in the elevator. I'll be the elevator voice, floor buttons and everything.
Hey, cold out there today, huh?
Oh, I know, right? I wasn't expecting it to be this cold in November.
Right? The forecast said it was supposed to warm up this week, too. Total lie.
I know. I keep checking my weather app, and it just keeps getting worse.
Third floor.
This is me. Have a good one.
You too. Take care.
Nana, that was perfect. Did you hear what he did there?
I used "I know," right? And then I added a detail, the weather app, and then I said "have a good one" back.
You used 3 separate techniques in 30 seconds in the elevator ride. That is real progress.
Okay, role play 2, grocery store checkout. I'll be the cashier. Harry, you're a fellow shopper behind Nana in line. Hi there, did you find everything okay today?
I did, thank you. It's pretty busy in here today, huh?
Oh, it's been like this all morning. Do you have a rewards card with us?
I do, let me find it. Oh, here. I always forget where it is.
Me too. Okay, your total is $12.50.
Here you go. Thank you so much.
Of course. Have a great rest of your day.
You too, thanks.
Notice what Nana did. She opened with a friendly comment to the cashier, responded naturally to the rewards card moment with a relatable detail about always forgetting, and nailed the exit line. That whole interaction felt completely real.
Last one. Monday morning at the office. Harry, you're Nana's colleague arriving at work. Nana, you're already at your desk.
Hey Nana, how was your weekend?
It was really good, pretty relaxing. I finally got around to trying that new cafe everyone's been talking about. How was yours?
Nice. Mine was great. Took my dog to the park. Really needed that after last week. TGIF, right?
Oh, seriously? This week was so long. I feel like Friday was 3 weeks ago.
Right? Anyway, good to be back. I'll let you get to it.
You too. Have a good morning.
3 for 3, Nana. You bounced the question back, you shared one specific detail about the cafe, you matched Harry's TGIF energy, and you used "I'll let you get to it" as a perfect exit line.
I feel like I just passed a test I didn't study for.
You studied by living it this week. That's the best kind of preparation.
Your turn, listeners. Try writing your own version of one of these 3 role plays in the comments. Pick the scenario that feels most relevant to your life right now. We'll read the best ones.
Hey everyone, it's Nana. Just me and you. And today, I want to talk about something that nobody tells you about small talk. Everyone teaches you what to say, but nobody talks about the feeling. That specific feeling of standing next to a stranger and knowing there's a silence that needs filling, and your brain goes completely blank, and your heart speeds up a little, and you become suddenly very interested in your shoes. I want to tell you about a moment that changed how I think about small talk. Last month, I was waiting for a bus. It was raining lightly, one of those gray, quiet days, and an older man came and stood next to me at the stop. And he looked at the sky and said very softly, "Well, at least it's not a storm." And I said, "True, small mercies." I don't even know where that phrase came from. It just came out. He smiled, this big, warm, real smile, and said, "Small mercies indeed." And we stood there quietly for a bit, and then the bus came. That was the whole interaction, maybe 40 seconds. But I felt connected to him. I felt like I'd been seen by a stranger just for a moment. And that's when I realized small talk isn't really small. The word small is about the topic, not the meaning. What you're actually doing is reaching out to another person and saying, "We're both here, we're both human, and for this brief moment, we're sharing the same space." That's not small at all. Okay, vocabulary moment. First phrase, small mercies. This means appreciating small positive things when the overall situation isn't great. The flight was delayed, but at least we got seats together. Small mercies. It's warm and a little philosophical, and Americans love it. Second phrase, you know how it is. We talked about this today, but I want to give you a moment to really feel it. Work has been really hectic lately. You know how it is. It does 2 things. It explains without over-explaining, and it creates instant solidarity. It assumes the other person understands, which makes them feel understood too. Third phrase, well, here we are. This is what you say when you and someone else are both experiencing the same slightly absurd or unexpected situation. A very long line, an elevator that's taking forever, unexpected rain. Well, here we are with a small laugh. It's an invitation to laugh together at the situation, and it almost always works. Here's your reflection question. Think about the last time a stranger said something kind or friendly to you in passing. Maybe it was just a small thing, someone holding a door, someone commenting on the rain, a cashier who gave you a real smile. How did it make you feel? Try saying out loud, "I felt connected when," and finish the sentence. Small talk is a gift you give to people every day, and the more you practice, the more natural it feels. until one day you're the person in the elevator who starts the conversation and someone else goes home feeling a little less alone. That's it for my spotlight. Let's go back to the podcast.
Welcome back. Quiz time, and we're doing it the new way. One question at a time, you answer first, then Nana answers. Ready, listeners? Pause and answer out loud before Nana does.
This is the real practice. The moment between the question and the answer is where learning actually happens.
Question 1. An American gets in the elevator with you and says, "Cold out there today, huh?" They're not actually asking about the weather. What are they really doing, and what should you say back? Pause and think.
They're offering a social handshake. They want to connect, not get a weather update. I should say something like, I know, right? I wasn't expecting this today. And maybe add a small relatable detail.
Perfect. Match their energy, agree warmly, add one tiny detail. That's the whole elevator playbook in one move.
Question 2. A cashier says, "Have a great day," as you're leaving. What do you say? Pause now.
You too, thanks. Short, warm, and genuine.
Exactly right. Not same to you. You too. Clean, natural, warm. Great.
Question 3. You bump into a colleague on a Monday morning and they ask, "How was your weekend?" You want to answer naturally and then keep the conversation going. What's the formula? Take a moment.
Pick one positive highlight, share it in one sentence, and then bounce it back. Like, it was great. I finally tried that new sushi place. How about yours?
The bounce back is the key. How about yours? Shows you're genuinely interested, not just waiting for your turn to talk. Beautiful answer.
Question 4. Someone mentions a sports team you've never heard of. You have no idea what they're talking about. What's the rescue phrase that keeps the conversation alive without pretending you know?
Oh yeah? I actually don't follow it that closely. Did something happen? You admit you don't know, but you show you're curious.
Brilliant. Curiosity is always the right move. You never need to pretend, just be genuinely interested in what they want to tell you.
And the final question, you need to exit a conversation with a colleague gracefully. You don't just want to say bye or I go now. What are 2 natural exit lines you could use? Pause and think of both.
Well, I should get going, and I'll let you get to it. Especially the second one, because you're making it sound like you're doing them a favor.
Nana and all of you listening absolutely nailed it today.
Give yourself a real round of applause. This is not easy, and you did it.
What an episode! Let's recap. Today, we covered one of the most important and most anxiety-producing social skills in American English, small talk.
The key vocabulary: social handshake, drive-by greeting, right as an agreement invitation, I know, right, as a response, have a good one, TGIF, can't complain, you know how it is, I'll let you get to it, and, well, here we are, and small mercies.
The 3 playbooks we practiced, the elevator opener and exit, the grocery store checkout sequence, and the Monday morning workplace bounce back, these 3 cover the vast majority of real American small talk situations.
My favorite thing I learned today is that small talk isn't actually small. You're giving someone the gift of being seen, even for 30 seconds. That changed how I think about it completely.
And my personal takeaway, the bounce back. I realized I've been answering questions without throwing them back, and that's what makes conversation feel one-sided. How about you? 2 words that change everything.
So from today, before you go into any situation where there might be a stranger or an acquaintance, have 2 phrases ready. Your opener, something about your shared situation, exit, have a good one, or I'll let you get to it. That's your small talk survival kit. Thank you for joining us on the English Nana podcast.
Keep practicing English every single day. Even 30 seconds of small talk counts.
And don't be afraid to make mistakes, because that's how we learn.
We'll see you in the next episode.
Take care, everyone.
Bye, everyone.